Welcome, everybody. This is our Criterion July 2025 pregame sale show. Barnes & Noble 50% off sale will be starting soon. The rumor, I don't know if you guys maybe have more up-to-date information than me on this. I heard it's starting tomorrow. Have you guys heard any up-to-date stuff on this?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
That's what I heard, yeah.
Okay,
That is
perfect.
what I heard as well.
That's awesome. That's perfect timing then. So we're going to get this stream going. We're going to give you guys some recommendations from our own personal favorites from Criterion. In case maybe you're new to Criterion, we'll give you our thoughts. Then, of course, we'll talk about our wish list. What do we personally want to pick up in the sale? Oh, man, there's so many good titles to talk about. I can't wait for that one. And, of course, we'll talk about some ideas. Maybe there's a Criterion person listening into this live stream. I don't know, maybe. And we'll give them some ideas for future Criterion announcements. Hey, you never know. Maybe we'll see Howard the Duck eventually on Criterion. You never know. But, yeah, we'll get into all
stretch.
Hey, it's a classic now, right?
It is. It's a cult classic. I love it.
I do too. All right, so let's go around real quick just to introduce the panel here. We got Brian back again for another live stream. How you doing out there, Brian? Are you a big Criterion fan? You get pumped for these sales?
I do. I usually go a little too crazy. I've got the top two shelves up here are all Criterion, and then there's a few mixed in. And I pulled out. I got a bunch here because I don't, just in case anybody has any of the same. I figured it'd be good to have a few extras just in case.
Hey, that's a good amount. I think I'm right into my second row. So I don't have two full rows yet. I'm like one and a half rows.
Once I organize it, it might be closer to 3 full rows. I have a few from the last few sales that I haven't put on that shelf there. So we'll get there.
And then Steve, I know you're a big Criterion fan, right?
Oh, absolutely. These are all Criterions right here.
Ooh, nice.
My left here, but oh yeah, I'm really excited about this. I have 5 titles. Some of them are kind of common, I think. Some of them maybe not so common. I have some 3 recommendations, and I've got a whole list of Criterions I want to pick up. So really excited about this for sure.
Perfect. And then Ryan, you're back again. It's been so long.
Yes.
We're glad to have you back, man.
Yes. Yeah, what are we talking about again? I'm sorry.
Criterion. You're a big Criterion.
I was rushing
fan.
to get the kids asleep and to get on here on time, and then I'm going to be a couple minutes late. And I'm like, okay, I've got time. And then I jump in and you're like, let's go. Yeah, Ryan, movies with Ryan. My Criterion, I was trying to figure it out, is from this little bottom section all the way up to here, like that whole thing. Criterion's my favorite boutique label by far. And I've gotten really lucky. I've got a Mega Replay here, secondhand shop, and constantly having secondhand Criterions for dirt cheap in there. So I'm picking them up all the time.
Ooh, nice. Do you find 4K Criterions in there usually, or?
Yeah, I actually just posted a picture last week. So my Barnes & Noble's only about probably a mile and a half down the road from the Mega Replay, and mysteriously brand new 4Ks are showing up there, pristine condition. I'm wondering what's happening there. And yeah, I just bought 2 4Ks. One was $14.99 and one was $17.99 last week. Plus I had a 20% off. So it was like crazy deal. I think I spent less than $30 and got 2 absolutely brand new 4Ks.
Nice.
Wow. That's amazing. That's a really good pickup.
I'm not saying anybody's stealing them and taking them and turning them in for money, but what can I say?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just find those hidden gem places that get you some good deals. I pretty much don't have any of that around me. I only have Barnes & Noble and Walmart. Rarely find a Criterion at Walmart. I did one time, though. There was a Criterion of Breakfast Club on clearance one time at Walmart.
That's interesting.
That was pretty cool. Yeah, I didn't pick it up, though, but it was cool.
Yeah, people order them through the app or whatever, and then they'll get them.
They
realize they don't want them. They turn. Same thing happens at Target. I've seen people grab some crazy boutique titles on discount from Target, too.
Wow.
And, of course, we got Jeff. Jeff, you're newer to Criterion collecting, right?
I would say I'm newer, but I'm getting quite up there. You can kind of see this shelf right over here where they're leaning. They go up to the top shelf now too.
Nice.
So I got just about 2 full shelves, and that's in about 16 or 18 months. So I've really delved deep into Criterion. I usually try to limit myself to like 5 a sale, but it usually ends up being closer to 10.
Yeah, you already went past me then, because I try to do that. I'm like, 5 a sale is good, but last time I think I got 7, and I'm like, ooh, I went over.
I think 5 is a good starting point usually.
Yeah.
Well,
Craig
especially
is,
with the I'm sorry, with the coupons and all that, the stamps and that now, 5 seems to be that good number where you can almost buy 5 and get one of those 5 free if you've been saving
Right.
your stamps up.
Mhm.
that's true. That Barnes and Noble coupon deal is a game changer. I used to be like, I'm gonna buy my stuff through Amazon, but now with that Barnes and Noble little coupon, I'm like, I gotta go Barnes and Noble when I can. But yeah, Greg is saying, where are these sales happening? Barnes and Noble 50% off sale. Now Amazon does usually match at some point. Usually takes them a few days though to match everything. But yeah, Barnes and Noble if you have one near you, or just wait for Amazon. But Barnes and Noble, like Ryan said, that coupon, those coupons are awesome.
I don't even have a Barnes and Noble near me. I just use their website.
Oh, there you go.
They still ship way better than Amazon.
They do. Yeah. They ship
And
there.
their shipping, you only have to get what, $50 for free shipping? So you buy 2.5 titles or
40.
40.
So
So there
you
you go.
can
That's
get
not
a
bad.
4K and a
free.
Blu-ray and get free shipping.
Yeah.
That's good
2
deal.
titles and you're good to go.
Or 2 Blu-rays and a bookmark. That works.
Awesome. And then just a reminder to the audience, if you love these boutiques like Criterion, bash that like and subscribe to support the channel. If you want to comment Red Live, make us scream with some super chats out there. And, if you want to help us choose some future topics, maybe you're like, hey, why don't you do an Arrow pregame sale show? Well, if you become a high tier member, maybe we'll do that for you. So definitely consider those. And if we hit a 5 super chat goal tonight, maybe we'll do a giveaway. Maybe I'll give away one of these Criterions.
Ooh.
So, yeah. All right.
Speaking of, I'm sorry, I wanted.
Oh yeah, go for it.
So I know we're talking about Criterion. Barnes Nobles does have a Radiance 50% off sale going on right now. If people don't know what Radiance is, newer boutique labels started at the end of 2023. It's an expot from Janice whatever that does Criterion, and she started up the label. Lots of great titles there too, and their packaging is very similar to Criterion. Check that out too. It's 50% off, similar pricing as well. So another great boutique label going on.
We got Greg saying, will you do a Prime Day pregame? I will do a video on that for sure. I'll keep everybody up to date on the Amazon Prime sales as they happen. So definitely look forward to that. Make sure you got your notification turned on. Collector Movie Man says his favorites here, or what he's looking to pick up, Don't Look Now, Seven Samurai, The Fisher King, No Country for Old Men, Anora, The Others. Ooh, yeah. Those
All
are some
great
good titles right there.
All great titles.
No Country for Old Men actually got cheap on Amazon. It got discounted. I think it was under $20 at one point for a very short time, but I was able to get it.
Missed that.
And you got to watch the Amazon deal videos.
I think about that too on Amazon, I believe.
Oh, I've gotten some good boutique stuff off of Amazon. Like, there'll be random stuff too. Like, once in a while, a Criterion will just go on sale randomly, not even during like a typical sale time. Or like Kino Lorber, I got the Cujo for like $12. I'm like, okay, I'll take it for sure. All right, awesome. So we're going to get into our first round here tonight. We are talking some recommendations out of our own personal collection. We'll kind of share you guys some quick thoughts, little short reviews, I guess you could say. Brian, do you want to start this off here?
Sure. I will. I'll kick it off here. The first one I'm going to recommend, and I absolutely love this movie, is called Deep Cover. This is directed by Bill Duke, who starred in Predator. I was surprised to find that he was the director of this. It's got Lawrence Fishburne and Jeff Goldblum in it. And it's just about a guy who goes undercover, and it's really good. Jeff Goldblum gives kind of a wacky, he's kind of a wacky guy to begin with, but his character in this, he plays the bad guy, and that's not something you're used to seeing with Goldblum. I thought he was pretty good, but I don't know. I was really shocked by how good this movie is. So it's one that I always try to recommend to people.
I can never find that one ever
Really?
anywhere. Yeah, I can even get it off of Amazon. I don't know if they restocked it, but I couldn't find it there.
Oh,
And then I
wow.
can never find it in any of my Barnes and Nobles.
Very popular title when it got announced. Like a lot of people were super happy for that one.
All right, Brian, what else you got? Just run through them all.
I'll run through all of them. Oh yeah,
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
All right, okay. Devil's Backbone. This is Guillermo del Toro. Just a fantastic little ghost story. Does have subtitles, so if you don't like subtitles, then it's not for you. But I don't think that should deter anybody from watching this movie because it's just really good. It's really creepy. Little ghost kids running around, and it's Guillermo del Toro. He's just such a great director. He's got a few titles on Criterion here, so that's that one. Another del Toro one is Kronos.
Yes.
Interesting little like kind of vampire story that I thought was really good. I think this is the Blu-ray. I don't know if the 4K came out yet.
I don't think so.
It was announced, though.
It was announced, I thought. So I don't know if it came out yet, but
We
I
got
bought
the
the Blu-ray.
4K of the Devil's Backbone in the Sony box set, didn't we?
Yeah, there was that.
Okay.
That's how I got the 4K.
Yeah, the Devil's
so-
Backbone Criterion's Blu-ray. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one
Yeah,
this one I know
Kronos is
does have a 4K coming. I don't know if it's out yet, but this is the Blu-ray. But I don't know. I watched this one for the first time last year, and I was surprised by it. And I don't know. I think it's a good one. It's got Ron Perlman is in it, and he's just a crazy guy.
And that one's like half English, half Spanish, right? Because doesn't Ron Perlman speak English in that one?
Yes. Yeah. It's kind of half subtitled. Yeah.
There's actually, if you watch the special features on that, there's a really good special features where he talks about that because Del Toro wanted him to be in the movie. He's like, I don't speak Spanish, man. He's like, I don't care. We're going to do the movie anyway, and it's really good.
Yeah. What else? I got Something Wild. This is Jonathan Demme. It stars, who the hell is in this? Jeff Daniels, Melanie Griffith, and Ray Liotta. Liotta's the reason why I bought this because I bought it sometime after he passed away, and I don't know, he's such a great actor, and it was kind of a sad loss, but he's really, really good in this. He doesn't show up till like halfway through, but he like kind of steals the entire movie, even from Goldblum, who's kind of like a bitch in the movie, but I don't know. I just thought this was a good one. And Ray Liotta's performance alone was well worth it.
You said Goldblum, he's a villain in that one?
Goldblum is a villain in Deep Cover.
Oh,
Jeff Daniels.
This is Jeff Daniels in something.
Okay.
He just plays kind of like a bitch. He's just, I don't know, he's kind of like a loser, and he gets like caught up with this like woman, and it just doesn't. It's like out of character for him. Like it's just not the type of person that he is in this movie, and he like goes on this weird adventure with this woman, and Ray Liotta comes in about halfway and kind of stirs a bunch of shit. So, and then the fifth one I'm going to recommend is actually a documentary, and that's The Art Life. It's the David Lynch documentary. I thought this was really, really good. It was just kind of a nice look into Lynch as more of an artist, not so much a filmmaker. This is another one I had wanted to watch for a long time. And then after Lynch died, I did the entire like watch through of all the Criterions that he has. And I finished it off with this one. And it was just a really kind of nice in-depth look at kind of him, like I said, outside of filmmaking. You know, we all kind of know him as a director, but he's actually a pretty good artist as well. And this is kind of a cool look at that side of his life.
and he's the one that did. Oh, go for it, right?
I'm pretty sure it's one of the $30 Blu-rays too. It's not the typical $40, so it's a little bit cheaper to get.
It's a little cheaper. Yeah, collection. I think I got it at probably one of the 50% off sales. I think it was like $15. Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, was he the one that did like Mulholland Drive?
Yep, Mulholland Drive, Lost Highway.
That makes sense when you said he was an artist because his movies are very
movies are very
more art than like
I watched
typical Hollywood story.
Elephant Man for the first time, and I was like, "This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen." It's very art. So,
Blue Velvet's really great too.
Blue Velvet's a good one too. Yeah.
And I was going to say Kronos is on 4K now. I guess
it is.
It
Okay,
was already released.
So
right.
I had already had the Blu-ray, so I didn't upgrade it.
Right.
All right, Steve.
All right, so I'm going to go. This is a really common title from Martin Scorsese, but it's After Hours.
Mhm.
Yes.
Fantastic. I got this one on 4K. I have this is one I have not seen had not seen in a long time, but I had to get it on 4K. It's a drugstore cowboy, really really kind of dark story. It's got a it's got a great cast in it. It's really dark, and it's fantastic here. And then obviously Devil in a Blue Dress. You see Denzel Washington, Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle. I always say, like, you want to stay on his good side, because Don Cheadle is he'll turn on you there. If you've ever seen this movie, like, his character is, you want to be his friend, you don't want to be his enemy. And then we've got the Failsafe. You ever seen Doctor Strangelove? This is kind of like a darker version of that. Doctor Strangelove is like a comedy type thing, and this is like, I think it's released the same year. Sidney Lumet released, like, I think just after. I think the director wanted to have Doctor Strangelove release first, and so he can beat this one out, and so it kind of ruined this movie sort of for Sidney Lumet. But that's a Stanley Kubrick, obviously. I like Doctor Strangelove more, but I like Failsafe too. It's dark but great. And this one is probably a little bit less common for some people. It's Mikey and Nicky. Have you ever seen this one? That's John Cassavetes, and you've got Columbo on it. Peter Falk. This movie's really good. If you ever seen it, has a really really great ending to it. It's like you won't see the ending coming, but I guess Peter Falk and John Cassavetes were best friends. I think Peter Falk's actually in a Cassavetes movie. If as far as Criterion, they love John Cassavetes. He was obviously in Rosemary's Baby. Played, he was an actor in that, but he did a lot of directing. He's an actor in this one too. But this one I don't hear a lot of people talk about, and I think if you want to check out something really kind of dark, a little bit of it, also a lot of humor in it too, but it has a great ending.
Isn't there a Cassavetes box set too from Criterion? There is, right?
Yeah, I think there's one. I think you can also get like 4 films, I think, by themselves too. I think, but I actually don't own any of those, but I would like to check them out.
I've heard about Mikey and Nicky. It looks interesting. I'll have to pick that one up at some point.
Yeah, I think like I said, the ending, like, I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, definitely check it out.
And you said that one's more dark comedy, Steve?
It has some humor in it. Yeah, and John Cassavetes was really kind of strange sense of humor, but it's just like I said, that their friendship really kind of translates to this movie, and real life translates to the screen. But like I said, it all builds up to this great ending. So that's all I'll say about it.
Nice, a lot of dark comedy recommendations then for you.
Yeah. Well, Failsafe is actually not a comedy, but it was released same subject matter as Doctor Strangelove, only much darker. But Sidney Lumet, doesn't do the humor in it, and that's why Stanley Kubrick wanted to do a comedy, for Doctor Strangelove, which I like a little bit more than Failsafe, but Failsafe is kind of underrated, I think.
Awesome. All right, Jeff.
So I just watched this one. This was actually one that was recommended to me from Tony at Basement Blues. That's going to be Inside Llewyn Davis.
Yeah.
This movie was beautiful. I am going to recommend this to people for many, many more years. I see myself revisiting this very often. Year-wise, I believe this is before Oscar Isaac was anybody. So they did pretty good about choosing a nobody that became a somebody. But I find that just about anything Coen Brothers is worth the watch anyways. But I'm still really new to these guys. So if this isn't the best one, I would be surprised. I really enjoyed this movie, but I love music.
Which one was that?
Music too. You'll probably enjoy it.
What was that one, Jeff?
Inside Llewyn Davis.
You said it was Coen Brothers?
Yeah.
It's my favorite Coen Brothers. Jeff, I thought on the November one, because I thought I suggested. Were you on the November one? I don't remember, because I went on a little tirade about that because everybody makes fun of me because that's like my favorite, and the soundtrack on that is amazing.
Yeah.
I was on the November one. But when I was at McKay's with Tony like
Okay.
6 or 7 weeks ago, and he said you must own this one. So I just remembered that he made me bring it home.
Man,
And,
you guys are getting me
and that's for
curious
good
about
measure, 'cause
that
it's a
one
great
though.
film.
I still need to watch it. I have it. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh man,
Yeah,
I love it. I
it's
saw it in
really
theater.
oh
Oh,
man. Steve, though, you know my taste. Do you think I would like it?
I
Because
think
I'm
you
not a
would. I
big
mean,
Coen
it's a movie
Brothers
that still had to
person.
grow. Yeah, it had to grow on me a little bit, but I liked it the first time I saw it. I like Oscar Isaac a lot in the movie. It's like he's supposed to be like a folk singer kind of thing, but I like it. There's just maybe one little section in the movie kind of drags a little bit for 10 minutes, maybe a little bit less than 10 minutes. But besides that, I mean, the movie keeps growing on me every time I see it, and I loved it the first time I saw it in the theater. But it's just that it still had kind of the pacing in it has had to grow on me a little bit. It's maybe not. It's not extremely long. I think it's a little bit under 2 hours, but I love the
only like
vibes.
it's only like $140.
It's not
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah,
So
so
it's
I
got
like the
Carey
vibes of the
Monaghan
movie a
in
lot.
it. Justin Timberlake, Adam Driver's in it. It's
Yeah,
based
John
actually
Goodman.
on a folk singer from the 60s, and it's excellent movie.
Carey Mulligan's in it, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So there's a lot of music
Sold.
throughout then? Like it's just
Yeah.
constant music? Okay.
It's not. So it's not a musical, but
No.
it's very music focused. Like he's a
Right.
session guitarist, and he's also has like his own little band with Carey Mulligan, and like it's about his journey of trying to become the bigger star and what happens with it. John Goodman's in it too. John Goodman, his character's
great.
only in it for a little bit, but it's a great character.
Yep, he's really good.
And you said Timberlake is in it, so that means I can get my wife to watch it because she's a big
Yes.
Timberlake fan.
I know you guys are
He's-
sucking me in, and I'm like,
He is a
Every
great
Coen brothers.
actor.
He is.
Yeah.
He's a very good actor.
He's great in The Social Network. You're talking about John Goodman. Yeah, John Goodman's been in so many Coen Brothers movies. He's been in like 8 or 9 of them, I think. But Justin Timberlake's really, really good in the movie too.
all right, Jeff, continue.
Sorry,
So
Jeff.
the next one I'm going to go with is Smooth Talk with Treat Williams and Laura Dern. This movie is freaking amazing. I go through a Treat Williams kick about once a year, and this one always makes the rotation. It took me a long time to get this one on sale because usually within the first 12 hours of the sale starting, it goes out of stock everywhere and it stays out of stock.
Really?
I feel like this is one that they pull back and kind of keep in the closet until the sale isn't up no more, because I had to jump on it within the first 5 minutes of the sale going, but it almost always goes out of sale. And then you can always get it on Amazon for about 30% off. But this movie, there would not be creeper movies of the 90s if it wasn't for this movie. The Crush wouldn't exist. Fear wouldn't exist if it wasn't for this movie right here.
Really?
And you're not going to like Treat Williams' character in it, but it just shows how great of an actor that he was. And he just never really got the pop I feel like he really deserved. But this kind of proved that he could have done so much more than he really got to do.
He's pretty
And of
underrated.
course, Laura Dern is just fantastic. I think she was like 16 or 17 in this, which is just kind of crazy to think about because she does not seem like she's a child at all, but she is. But yeah, this is a good one. Like I said, I'd totally suggest this one. Next up is another one that I hadn't seen until I busted open this Criterion. And this was a lot closer to like an American Pie than I thought.
Ooh.
And that's going to be Election.
Yeah.
With Matthew Broderick and Reese Witherspoon. I don't like Matthew Broderick, but I like this. But I like this movie. But I like this movie. Like I just he's just not an actor that does anything for me. But I liked him in this movie, and I liked this movie. It took me about 20 minutes to realize that I was basically watching like an American Pie. It's not what I thought it was. I thought it was like a coming of age, like a rom-com type deal. I didn't realize like the age difference between the actors and all of that as someone that had never really seen the movie before. So, like I said, I was a little off-taken by that, but it was great. Like if you love raunchy comedies, you'll like it. Even Chris Klein makes an appearance in this, which I feel like is kind of needed for those like teen raunchy comedies. So that just kind of adds to it. But yeah, that's another one that I would suggest.
See, I have the Paramount Presents 4K of that one.
Oh yeah.
That movie is phenomenal. That is
Yeah.
the best movie
never
I've seen
seen it.
all night. I love that. But I love raunchy comedies. That's my
Yeah,
favorite kind of
it's
comedy.
great.
I wouldn't expect Criterion to do raunchy comedies.
So
I
good.
wouldn't either. That's why I say I put it in. I was like, oh, this isn't like I was thinking it was something like Swing Vote, like that Kevin Costner. Like I figured it was something kind of like that, just with high school students.
Mhm.
But it was more like American Pie with just like the election being part of the story.
And
Interesting.
it's hardcore. Like it's a hard R. Like
Yeah,
you'll
yeah,
see
it's
some
super
stuff in
hard.
there,
All right.
you know. You'll have a good time with that
You
one.
sold me
Yeah,
on
you
it.
don't
I'll
expect
definitely
it
have to
from
pick that one
America's Sweetheart.
up.
Witherspoon.
Yeah, Reese Witherspoon. Yep.
And then I'm gonna go with like a very mainstream one, but I'm gonna go with The Others.
Mhm.
I just absolutely love this movie. But again, this came out when I was like a teenager, and I just kind of grew with this movie. If you get the 4K, if you're into 4Ks, this right here is proof that you do not need HDR to make a good 4K disc. This has some of the best picture I've ever seen on any Criterion 4K. And there's all kinds of special features on this that I believe there's like new special features. But Nicole Kidman, you find her dabbled all through the Criterion Collection.
Mhm.
So you just throw a dart, you'll probably land on a Nicole Kidman role. And this is another great one. So
And normally I would tell people research these movies before you watch them and pick them up from Criterion because they can be pricey even during a sale
Mhm.
time. The Others is the one I say don't look up anything. If you know nothing
Yeah.
about the movie, just go in
just watch it.
completely blind. If you like horror thrillers, that's all you need to know. Watch it.
I hadn't seen it in probably 10 or 12 years since I watched it, and it was almost like watching it new. It's that good of a movie that
I loved
you
it.
can almost
yeah.
rewatch it every 10 or 15 years and it'd be new.
I watched it for the first time last year, and I was blown away by how good it was.
Yeah, I like it too.
It was so good.
Now, this last one I'm going to go with is it was an Amazon Prime original, and that is Nanny.
Hmm.
And it's another horror movie that's pretty gruesome, but it's about a nanny that decides to go a little rogue. This was a lot of this had a lot of social anxiety and really kept you on the edge of your seat type of movie. It's one of those type of thrillers. It's not necessarily super gory or bloody or anything like that. It's kind of like The Others in the same way that like most of its scare is kind of keeps you on your edge. But when this one goes for it, it really goes for it. Some people would call it a generic jump scare. I call it the perfect build up. But this one quite surprised me. I just kind of picked it up on a whim because it was one that was cheaper than the other Blu-rays. I think it was like a $15 one on the sale. So it usually runs a little cheaper. The only issue I had with it was that there were really no special features on it. There was a really nice commentary and a trailer. But it saved it from being stuck on streaming because it was an Amazon original. So this is the only way to get it physically as well.
They've done a few of those, right? Because like Sound of Metal, I think was an Amazon.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
great movie.
And it is. I didn't pull it for this, but it's a fantastic movie.
I would assume that's part of their like MGM relationship.
So
They've been messing with MGM for a long, long time.
with Nanny, so it's like kind of like a horror, like a slasher.
Yeah. But she's got like schizophrenia and stuff.
Okay.
So, but I don't really want to say too much more about that because it's really
That's
just on the edge of your seat. If you have Amazon Prime, I believe it's still on there to watch if you want to give it a test drive. But I would say maybe just watch 20 minutes of it and then buy the Blu-ray because it's going to look better and sound a lot better.
Okay.
This one is one that has one of those soundtracks you want to turn it all the way up. It's real quiet because there's a lot of little nuances and stuff. So,
Jeff, isn't that so? Let's say, is it a Japanese director? I've never seen it before.
Nikiyatsu Jusu, I think.
But it's in English though, right?
It's all in English.
All English.
Okay. She is the actress is like African descent. Like she has that dialect from like South Africa.
Yeah.
So it feels like a foreign film in a way, but it's completely all in English and it's an American film.
It says
But
it's
there's
Anna.
what's that? Wolof. That's the other language. I couldn't remember the language.
Right,
Wolof.
right, yeah. And I've
And
never
I think
heard
that's
that.
like a Southern African language.
Oh, okay.
But I might be mistaken. But yeah, it kind of dabbles with both of those languages, but that has a little bit to do with like the mental psychology of it as well.
Yeah, it says Anna Diop and Michelle Monaghan's in the movie too. So
Yeah.
so,
Oh,
yeah,
interesting.
I definitely want to check that out.
Yeah, the one and the girl from Walking Dead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Sine, I can't pronounce her name, but her last name is Walls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah. I need to add that to my list. So thanks, Jeff. I need to. I've heard that before, but
Almost
I need
nobody.
to
It was a
talks
nice
about it.
surprise.
I've heard almost like nobody talk about it, but the people that have actually watched it have said it's really good. So like
Yeah,
it just
yeah.
because of Amazon or whatever, it's in that little window where like either you don't know anything about it or it's like one of the best movies you've watched in the last 2 years.
Yeah, and it's a little over an hour and a half, and the pacing. I just remember the pacing being really good. Like I got done with it, and I was like, "Wait, it didn't." It ended, and I felt like it was just right. It didn't overstay like some of the newer age thrillers try to get that hour and 55, and they should have just ended it 20 minutes earlier. This ends at that 20 minutes earlier rather than drag on. So
Good.
right.
I didn't realize that was from a Japanese director, so I'm going to have to check that out then. Because we know I like my Asians.
Love Japanese though.
Yes. Me. So man, I had to go back and watch a couple of the videos trying to get idea. You know, I didn't want to like repaste everything that we've said before. So I don't think this one's ever been mentioned, at least by me on here. And that is Make Way for Tomorrow. This is a 37 film. It's black and white. If you know anything about me, if you follow me for any amount of time, I am not an oldies type of person for the most part. But this was recommended to me. It's basically about a brother and a sister taking care of their aging parents. And the dad goes live with the brother, the mom goes lives with the sister, and it's really talks about the family dynamic of loneliness when you're older, being with somebody for 50 years, and all of a sudden you're separated from them, and your life falls apart. It's a very sad movie. It's hard on the kids and all that. I mean, I cried in it. I'll admit it, but it's a very, very good movie, and the runtime on it's only 92 minutes, hour and a half. It's a good watch, good movie all the way through. Make Way for Tomorrow. Next, I know, Mike, I know you hate this director, but he has a box set coming out soon. I can't wait till that November sale because that's the only thing I'm buying for the November sale. But we're going to go with this first movie, Wes Anderson's Bottle
What
Rocket.
do you mean? That's one of my favorite directors of all time. I'm a massive Wes Anderson fan. I thought you were going to say somebody else. Oh,
No, yeah, I know. Bottle Rocket, I don't think's really talked about a whole lot because it is his first film and it is not a Wes Anderson film. Like it has the subtle hints of what Wes Anderson is going to become, but it is nowhere near like his color palettes of any of his other movies. And it's got Luke and Owen Wilson in there, which is awesome. And it's just a good little time, fun little movie. I highly recommend it. If you want to get into, if you don't think you like Wes Anderson and you've never seen this movie, check this movie out first and then kind of work into those other movies. But Bottle Rocket, highly recommend that.
Love it. Yeah.
Another one of my favorite directors, Noah Baumbach. This has got Greta Gerwig in it. Frances Ha.
Mm-hmm.
Black and white movie. It's from 2013. Very simple movie. I think Adam Driver's in this one as well. I remember. I think he's got a very, 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 very small role in this. That's why I picked it up because I was on an Adam Driver kick forever. But Frances Ha, basically, it's her living in New York. She gets out of this kind of living situation and she's trying to live her life in New York. It's a really simple movie, flows really well. The dialogue in it's great. The photography, even though it's in black and white, is just really, really great. And you really get a sense of a young female trying to make her way in New York City. Highly recommend this. And if you like Noah Baumbach, if you've never seen this movie, check it out. Frances Ha. A movie I said I was going to pick up. This was one of my pickups for the last sale, and I was torn between the Criterion or the Arrow version. and I'm going with Criterion, and that's Bob Hoskins in The Long Good Friday.
Yeah.
I ended up watching this shortly after I bought it. It's one of the first English gangster films, and it's a slow burn, but it's good. It's well written. It's paced really well. It's not like super over the top gangster. It's just very subtle. I'm the badass, and it's my way or the highway type thing. And Bob Hoskins is great in this. It's a Long Good Friday. That's my fourth recommendation.
I still need to see that one. I picked it up during the last flash sale, I think, and I haven't watched it yet. But
this is the 4K. Yeah, the 4K too.
Yeah.
The 4K.
Yeah, I got the 4K.
Yeah, that was the other reason I picked it, because it's coming out in 4K.
Nice.
Finally, Vin's not here. Vin had a little thing, and me and Vin usually go back and forth on the Asian titles. I'm not going to do any Asian titles tonight. I know, Ryan, you always recommend Asian titles, so I'm going to recommend this movie by Masaki Kobayashi, Harry Carey. See, bait and switch. So Harikari. This movie is about a samurai that has went to the kingdom. He wants to perform ritual suicide, or Harikari, however you want to say it. And the Lord and his people think that it's a ploy for him to try to renegotiate his status and that. And there's a great fight scene in here and all that. And it shows a really good dynamic of a man's determination to do something ritualistic versus someone thinking that it's a ploy and all that. Really, really good movie. And I will recommend, which I actually seen the remake first, which is Takashi Miike's Harry Carey. This one's in black and white. This one's in color. This is a shot-for-shot remake of this movie, but in color. And even though it's a shot-for-shot, there's just something about it. It's got that Takashi Miike flair added to it. And if you don't know who Takashi Miike is, Audition, a bunch of other stuff. Goddamn, I'm blanking tonight. It's been a long day. But Harry Carey, check them both out, actually, if you can. These are usually like, I found these at Dollar General for like $2.95 or $3.95. But Harry Carey, that's my fifth recommendation.
Nice.
Sorry, I've been up since 4:30. It's been 100 degrees this whole week. I work outdoors. I am fried.
Burning up in Indiana. With humidity's crazy here.
Yeah. It's been baseline 95, 96, 90% humidity, heat index of 105 to 108. Yeah. It's been ridiculous.
I'm like,
there we go.
I'm used to that. That's like 6 months out of the year where I am. All right. You guys had really good recommendations there. A lot of variety. So I know I'm going to be pretty basic in mine. I'm going to do a lot of mainstream choices. I'm sure I've shown these before too. But first, I'll actually do a little bonus. I'll give you guys a couple cautionary tales, or at least a cautionary tale or two to the audience, because I picked these ones up recently. And they just weren't for me, but I know a lot of people love them. You guys were already talking Coen Brothers movies, so I'm sad to say on this one, but Blood Simple was a little too simple for me. Yeah, I could not get with this one. And my wife picked it out. I'm like, do you want this one or this one? She's like, Blood Simple. And I'm like, oh, man. She didn't even watch it with me, so I had to watch it alone.
Blood Simple.
But, it didn't work for me. It felt super slow to me. And I'm like, it felt very similar to No Country for Old Men, like the Western vibe, the cat and mouse type of game. So I'm like, wait, why would I watch this? I'll just watch No Country for Old Men. So it was so funny. I was watching the special features, and even the directors, the Coen brothers, they're like, oh yeah, we were messing up on this movie. We didn't know like the right equipment and camera lenses and angles and stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh, if you guys still don't like your movie, why would I? I just thought it was funny. But yeah, so Blood Simple was not for me, but I know some people like it. But I would go No Country for Old Men over this one for sure.
I'm in the same boat, Mike. It's a good movie. It's nothing spectacular to me.
Low budget, yeah.
I think
that was like one of their first ones, right?
Yeah,
the first one.
Like the first one, right? Mm-hmm. Another cautionary tale. Wildlife. I don't know if anybody was going to pick this one up anyway. Has anybody seen this movie, Wildlife?
I've still not seen it. Vin
I've never heard of
recommended that, didn't he?
Okay.
Yeah, Vin has championed it several times, and I bought it because of him, and I still haven't watched it yet.
And he didn't show up tonight.
Well, just be prepared. So I thought it sounded really cool. Like this is going to be like a person fighting wildfires. Like it's going to be epic, like wildfire action, like kind of like Backdraft, but you know, in the forest or something. It is not that at all. You barely get any of that. This is a hardcore drama. This is like family drama, like a failed kind of marriage situation drama, like a Marriage Story. That's what this is. But I'd rather watch Marriage Story. So, yeah.
Donnie Darko's in it, right?
Who do you have? Jake Gyllenhaal, Carey Mulligan. Like, it's a good cast in here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it sounds like a movie I would like. It's more modern as well. But no, it wasn't for me. Sorry.
Who's
Carey Mulligan? Carey Mulligan's in it. I'm writing it down because
it's a great cast, and I like Jake Gyllenhaal too. I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like this is a perfect movie for me.
What's it called? Wildlife.
Wildlife. But I'm like,
I'm gonna check it out. You sold me on it, and you don't even like it.
I just want wildfire action, like.
Oh, Vin, the other guy that was supposed to be all night that had an emergency and couldn't be here. He loves that movie. That's like one of his favorite movies. Last time he recommended it.
Yeah, I learned me and Vin's tastes do not match up because now that you mentioned it, this was another one from Vin recommendation. Oh. The chilly scenes of winter.
Oh my god, I love that
movie. This is another drama, like weird romance thing. I'm like,
oh.
It didn't have enough batarangs in it, did it? Not enough batarangs and lassos?
Well, no, I like a good romance, but I want it to end like happy, right? Like a complete positive romance where this was like, no.
We have to watch the other ending to get the good ending.
Was there an alternate ending for that one?
It was an alternate ending and like special features. It's actually a little better than the original. I think it's the one the director actually liked, but I'm surprised they didn't give you like the option to watch it with both endings in the actual film. But then special features, it has a much more satisfying ending if you watch that.
Should have watched it.
Yeah.
So that's just some cautionary tales there. Once again, some people love those movies though. So just do your research and see if it's your taste. But once again, I'm more mainstream. Like I like the modern stuff, easy watching stuff.
That's cool.
I don't do the silent films. I don't do a lot of foreign language movies. So, you know, I got a Howard the Duck poster behind me. You know what I represent. So I'll give you some real basic choices. Maybe there's some audience members here new to Criterion collecting. So if you haven't tried Criterion yet, here's some good starts. We'll go, you know, basic Night of the Living Dead, but good horror movie. Even though it's a very classic black and white movie, it has a pretty good pace. And I thought the performances were pretty good. It was kind of, you know, kind of a thinking movie too, when they're like, okay, how do we defend against these zombies? They don't even call them zombies yet. I don't even think that word was invented yet. But I thought this was actually pretty good, especially when you learn out it was like a zero budget movie. I'm like, they did a pretty darn good job with that one. So good atmosphere. And Night of the Living Dead.
Digipack or a plastic case?
No, this is the 4K. So the 4K they did this plastic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was confused. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah. So I got the 4K. 4K looks really good.
The Blu-rays and
there you go. You got the Blu-ray one. Yeah, sometimes they'll do that. Sometimes they'll change the packaging, but sometimes they'll keep it exactly the same.
They got the Blu-ray,
I don't know why Criterion does that. I don't know if there's a method to their madness, but I wish they would change the packaging though, because I can't tell you how many times I've made a mistake. I'm like, oh, I got the 4K. Wait, no, this is the Blu-ray, and I have to go back and like, I'm like, oh, that has happened to me before. I'm like, ugh. Give me some kind of alternate packaging.
Right in the corner, though, and on the back.
The sticker looks so similar, though. Like, I know there's a silver sticker and a blue sticker, but...
and sometimes the stickers are wrong. Like, they'll put the wrong sticker on them, too. Or they won't even put the 4K sticker on them.
Yep, that too. Huh. Yep. Another good, easy watching one if you're a comedy fan. The In-Laws. Yes, this is a good one. So, very funny. Have you guys seen this one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that one now.
It's a good, easy watching one. They go to different locations in here too. They end up in Honduras by then. But if you just want an easy watching comedy, this is a go-to.
Who's in that?
Peter Falk.
Yeah,
Peter Falk.
There you go. Killer. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, short run time on this too, 1979. So almost has that 80s feel to it.
Alan Arkin. He's great in Little Miss Sunshine. You know, that he won an Oscar for that movie, I think. And they're really both great. I love the chemistry between those two in that movie.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for me, like comedies on Criterion are usually pretty safe blind buys for me. I learned that from my own taste. I'm like, if I buy a comedy on Criterion, usually unless it's silent film. If it's not silent, usually I'm pretty safe. So.
Yep.
But it's no Election. I would go Election over that. Oh, Election's so good.
Election's fun too. Yeah.
Oh, this
I'll
is
be
a great
right back.
comedy though.
There you go. Love that movie.
Defending Your Life.
Oh yeah.
Have you guys seen this one? Albert Brooks title.
Mhm.
Ooh,
Great movie.
this is my
I haven't
favorite
seen that in a
Albert
long
Brooks title.
time.
Oh,
My
that's
favorite.
so
yeah.
good. It's Meryl Streep, right, in here?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. And
Yeah, Meryl
Albert
Streep.
Brooks, and it is so funny. But I just love the premise, like them being in this Judgment City world, and it's like they can eat as much food as they want, but don't gain any weight, and they have to play out like the
Yeah.
case trial. I'm like, oh, this is really intriguing too. So really fun, and it's romantic, and I'm like, see, this is the kind of romance I like. There we go.
It's a great movie.
They've done a couple
Yeah.
Albert Brooks titles recently too, with Mother.
Oh yeah,
and,
Mother's great. Yeah, Real
Life.
Life.
Real Life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need
Lost in
to
That
America
one's
is
a
really
good
great
one,
too.
too.
Yeah, that one.
Which one?
Lost in America.
Okay.
That's another.
I still
That's
need to
probably
see
my
that
second
one.
favorite from him.
And then, oh man, I would recommend this, but now they pissed me off with the new Wes Anderson box set. But if you just want to buy it standalone, I think they're going to do a 4K standalones of all Wes Anderson stuff anyway.
Yeah.
The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. So yeah, Bill Murray in there.
That's a great movie.
Owen Wilson. I mean, like just a great cast. You know how Wes Anderson does, gets a
Mhm.
great cast, but funny. And it's like they're making a documentary of this like aquatic animals, like they're trying to go after this rare shark, and it's like really silly and ridiculous, but there's some heart there. Like there's some good bonds in this one. So yeah, if you like kind of Wes Anderson's style of comedy, that like little dark comedy in there, I like this one. I would still probably go maybe like Rushmore first if
Yeah.
you never tried Wes Anderson,
Mm.
or if you like animation, you know, Fantastic Mr. Fox, of course. So.
Right. It's like Jacques Cousteau, whatever. Anybody
Yeah.
remembers him when you were
Yep.
a kid? Kind of that whole thing, the adventure at sea kind of thing.
Mhm.
And then I will go with, know what? This is a half recommendation, a half cautionary tale. It's going to be Triangle of Sadness. It's a long film. It's a long film.
Yeah.
The first third I don't care for, but once they
Yeah.
get into, you know, what happens on the boat and they get to the island stuff, I'm like, okay, I do like the social commentary they're going with. So I enjoyed it by the end, but it's just a long movie, but good special
Mhm.
features. 4K looks good. So this is another one. I'm like, sometimes I don't want to rewatch it, but sometimes I'm like, you know. So this one I would research on too. But
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that one.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah. First 45 minutes or so could have been.
yeah.
cut
The
out.
first third
much
is like,
better.
oh, cut that out. Well, if you
Yeah.
want a shorter version of the same premise, then just get Swept Away by Guy Ritchie, and there you go. There you go. I mean, you'll have a similar type of movie there, but with Madonna, you get Madonna. But yep, those are my recommendations right there.
It's a good one.
Holland goes Triangle of Sadness. The first third is terrible, and so is the last 2/3.
See, I like the last.
Wait a
I like
minute. No,
I
it's not that
like
horrible.
what they were going with. I like kind of the switch of the social classes on the island, where it's like, okay, now you like actually have to have skills rather than money on an island to be useful. I thought that was pretty intriguing.
Yeah.
I saw the potential. All right. Our next round here, we're going to talk about some titles we're looking to pick up in the sale. So our little wish list here. So Brian, what are you looking to get here?
First one that I know I'm definitely gonna get is No Country for Old Men.
Yep.
It's one of my favorite movies, and it's just fantastic. Josh Brolin, Coen Brothers, what's his name? Javier Bardem is just so
Yeah.
like
That one.
chilling in it. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to picking that one up.
I love the inside of that. The discs are freaking amazing artwork.
Looks great on 4K too. Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot wait to pick that up. I've been waiting for the sale for that, so that'll be one I grab. Was someone going to say something?
Oh,
So I
What
want to
version?
pick up the 4K, but I've got this really stupid version from Zavvi that's like super limited, like 1,500.
Okay.
And
Is that a 4K
I really, no, it's a Blu-ray, but
Blu-ray?
like I paid a lot of money for this, and I really don't want to spend more money to upgrade the 4K. But
Yeah.
like, how good of an upgrade is the Blu-ray to the 4K?
Not amazing. I mean, it's worth it. But I had it on Blu-ray as well. But I understand that you don't want to double dip on everything. So yeah, if you already have it, and you already
Yeah,
paid a lot for
I
that,
don't think it's a super necessary
Yeah.
upgrade. Like the
Okay.
Blu-ray looks darn good, so
yeah.
unless
yeah,
you're like
I would
that's
keep
your
what you
number
have.
one movie.
Yeah.
What else? I'm probably not going to buy a lot. Just I'm on a bit of a buying hold right now. But Anora is on my list to grab. I obviously just saw it last year because of the Oscars, but it's just such a good movie. Gregor Rocky's Apocalypse trilogy has been on my list to buy for a while, so that'll be one of the ones I grab soon. Train Spotting. I don't know why I've never picked that up. I want the 4K, but I know the 4K packaging kind of sucks.
Right.
Because
Right.
it's like weirdly shaped and it's bigger than they should just put it in like an Amaray case. And 8.5 is another one. It's like a classic that I've never seen, and I don't know. I just need to get that one in the collection at some point.
8.5 looks great. It's amazing visually, but it's a slow build. It's in
Is it?
French. It's kind of a long movie.
Yeah,
So
I don't know.
it's a movie
I've
worth
always
checking
wanted
out.
to see it, and I just
Yeah,
I
it's
never
worth.
got
You
around
got to check
to
it out.
Yeah,
For
I think there's a
sure.
4K now. I think it was originally.
Yeah,
Blu-ray, but
it's got a 4K
yeah.
now too. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I'll pick up the 4K on that one. So, but I think that's 5 or so titles there that I'm definitely looking to grab at some point.
All right, Steve.
Okay, so Anora, for me, Anora, I thought the Dune Part 2 was probably a better movie, but I liked Anora. I saw it in the theater. Some people say it's way overrated, for Best Picture winner, but I want to check it out. I like the Sean Baker as the director.
Mhm.
I definitely want to get Night Moves, the Gene Hackman movie that got released earlier. Probably the Blow Up. I know I really like Blow Out from Brian De Palma, but I like to get Blow Up. I've got a lot of titles. I've got some Kurosawa films on it. The Sweet Smell of Success is one I've wanted to see for a long time. I've never seen that movie. Kiss Me Deadly. Just some of those obscure ones. I've got so many movies now. Love and Basketball. There's a lot of movies I have a huge list here. So, so I could go. I
You
can
buy
go
all
on
those?
today. Yeah, the Parallax View. So a lot of odd titles that I'd like to check out.
Yeah, I want that Love and Basketball because I'm like, I feel I'm gonna love that movie. I've never seen it before, but the premise. But I'm like, the time I buy it, they're gonna announce a 4K next month.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
That's what I always get worried about. Jeff.
So, like Steve, I have kind of an extensive list. I say I like to keep mine at 5, but my short list is like 10. I have a Nora on there because everybody does. Wally, Kronos. I'm looking at the 3 Musketeers and 4 Musketeers double because I was very excited about that coming out and kind of forgot that it did. I'm also thinking about possibly getting Barry Lyndon if I can get the pre-order kind of squeezed in on the sale price as well. And the one that I'm going to order as soon as the sale goes live is going to be The Wiz. And I'm thinking about possibly upgrading my DVD of All That Money Can Buy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because I don't think that's going to get a 4K, so I think I'm safe. I was going to upgrade my 2 Wes Anderson DVDs to Blu-rays, but I'm holding off now because they'll probably get standard 4Ks. But I'm definitely going to get The Wiz and probably a Nora for sure. But see, my birthday's in July, and I just tell everybody to get me Barnes & Noble gift cards. So then I just kind of go ham with on that.
I too am a July birthday, so
Me too.
Wow, lucky.
Wow.
Barnes & Noble gift cards.
So I get to kind of pick what I want, I guess, in that fashion. But then it makes it hard for anybody that wants to surprise me with the Criterion because I'm just getting them myself anyways. So
awesome list. Yeah, hopefully that Barry Lyndon that pre-order works because it's supposed to come out in July, right?
As long as it comes
Yeah.
out in July, they should give you the discount on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I got risky business
Yeah,
in July
that's
for
what I
50% on a pre-order, and then
Yeah.
I just had to wait for it to come out to be shipped.
Yeah, I did the same thing last year.
All right, Ryan.
First, I'm going to apologize to the community because I'm going to have to eat my words. I'm pretty sure on several different live streams throughout my 3.5, 4 years being on YouTube that I have said that Wes Anderson will never be on 4K because he doesn't believe in it. And now I'm going to drop like $250 for a box set of 4K Wes Anderson stuff. So
I know. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks for that. I was gathering all the Wes Anderson titles, and by the time I almost had all of them, it was 4K box set. Here you go.
I am happy though. We're getting Isle of Dogs finally and French Dispatch put on there. And I'm be honest, when I seen the list, the article I read, I didn't realize the French Dispatch is like a 15-word long title that everybody just calls it the French Dispatch.
Well, they changed the title, so that's an new title. And so I think they did something different with the movie. I'm not sure if they changed anything with it, but I know the title is an updated new title.
Yeah, because I looked at it and the way the sentence broke on the article I was reading, it was like French Dispatch, and then the rest of it was down on the second line. I'm like, what? I've never heard of this Wes Anderson movie. What movie is this?
He did something different with it.
Yeah. So I'm eating my words on that he's never going to be in 4K. But I have a running list too. Usually what I do is I have 5 movies straight off the top that I'm going to buy pretty much my first purchase. And then I usually try to make a second purchase towards the end of the month. I usually go in the store and then I go through titles and look for stuff that never shows up in store or I've never seen the covers. And then I look at them because I don't know how your guys' Barnes and Nobles is. Mine, every once in a while, you'll just get random Criterion titles that you've never seen before. Like they've been sitting in a box in a warehouse for 8 years. But first one I'm going to pick up is Paper Moon, because I think that came out after the last sale, and several people praised that movie.
Yeah.
So I want to get that.
I like that movie. That is a good classic one.
I want to pick up Anora. I never watched it. I know it won Best Picture and all that, and there's a lot of hype around it. I mean, it's $20-$25 for 4K or whatever. There's a new, I want to mess up his name, Abbas Kiarostami movie that's coming out, The Wind Will Carry Us. He did A Taste of Cherry. I think I did this on the last November one. I recommended A Taste of Cherry. It's an Iranian movie. If you've never seen it, please watch it. It's about a guy dealing with his own suicide and trying to find somebody to bury him after he does it. Very eye-opening about life. But The Wind Will Carry Us. I've been on a big Abbas kick since I've watched Taste of Cherry. Like, I've seen that, Close Up, and there was another movie I watched, and all of his movies are spectacular. The Wiz. I'm excited for The Wiz. I've never been a Wizard of Oz fan. It scared me as a kid. Flying monkeys, and then as you grow up, you learn about, the Tin Man got mercury poisoning. There was asbestos that killed the lion. Judy Garland went crazy. The witch got burns, and the movie's horrible. But Steve can vouch for this. Michael Jackson, his whole family's from Indiana, so they're kind of like a big thing here in Indiana. Mm-hmm. Not as big as you would think they are, but they're still Indiana heritage. So The Wiz, I love that growing up. Michael Jackson was a big part of my 80s music thing. Like, he was just a thing in Indiana. So got to get that. And then Freakin's Sorcerer that comes out, I think, this week or next week. So I can't wait to pick that up. Mm-hmm. So those are the 5 that I'm no ifs, ands, or buts we're going to buy. And then I'll do an in-store and kind of see what catches my eye there.
I was going to mention Barry Lyndon does come out on July 8th, and I forgot it's in July. I thought it was in like August, but yeah, I want to get that too because I have the Blu-ray on Criterion. I want to upgrade it to 4K. That's like one of the few Criterions that I would upgrade from Blu-ray to 4K, and I've wanted to do it for so long. So I'm really forward to that one.
Nathan Jones, that's one of his favorite movies. Not Nathan Jones. Maybe it is Nathan Jones, and then one British guy, Elliot Cohen. That's one of his favorites too. And I bought that because of them, like, I don't know, 3 years ago, and I still have not watched it because it's got, a 3-hour run time or something like that.
A long one.
Well, Nathan's the one when I saw it got announced to get a 4K upgrade, because he and I did a live stream a few months ago, and I said Barry Lyndon would be the one I would upgrade. And so he's the first person I contacted, and then KB was the other one. It's like I can't believe it's finally getting a 4K upgrade, because it's like I'm going to upgrade that one. I've been waiting for that for so long, so it's finally happening.
I'm excited for that then, because I've never seen Barry Lyndon.
Yeah, I've never seen it
thinking
either.
about picking up that 4K. So you guys have
I've heard
It's a
nothing
slow
but
movie,
good things.
but Ryan O'Neal's really great in the movie, though.
it's like a crime drama, right?
Sort
Or
of,
no, am I completely wrong?
it's old though, like old military, like was it 1800s or something?
Okay.
Is it
Oh,
Revolutionary War
never
or
mind.
French
I was
War or
totally
something like
thinking
that?
the wrong.
Oh, you wouldn't like that?
No,
But
I mean, I still might like it, but I was thinking it was like some like 70s crime drama thing.
No,
I was
no,
way
no,
off.
it's
I was
not that
thinking
at
of
all.
Godfather. I was way off.
It was
No,
released in
it's-
1975. But,
It's a
Kubrick,
period
right?
piece. Yeah.
Stanley Kubrick,
Yeah.
yeah. It's Stanley Kubrick is where they use a lot of natural lighting, a lot of candle lights, and use special lenses for it. It's really for filmmakers, I think it's really something that's really special as far as the way he did it, to bring that kind of natural lighting on a film. It looks really great, but yeah, it's that movie's not going to be for everybody, I don't think. But I'm a huge Stanley Kubrick fan, so I've got to definitely upgrade it.
I want to say they used the same techniques for Lincoln, maybe,
Maybe.
Interesting.
because they do a lot of Lincoln by candlelight and all that too.
Well,
I-
Steven Spielberg's he and George Lucas are huge Stanley Kubrick fans and
Yeah.
2001 fans and Clockwork Orange. So, yeah, that would make sense, though, that he would be, because obviously he did Spielberg did AI, which is Stanley Kubrick's story that he actually put on film. So that makes sense that he would do that.
Man, I'm iffy now on Barry Lyndon because
Yeah,
I'm like,
I don't
half
know.
of Kubrick stuff I really like Full Metal Jacket and
Yeah.
Clockwork Orange and even Paths of Glory. Like those I really like. But then
Yeah.
some I'm like 2001. I'm like, not
That's
for
slow.
me.
Yeah, that's slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and what Eyes Wide Shut? I'm like,
Oh, I love that movie, though.
So
That
I'm like
movie had
half
to
I
grow on me,
like,
though.
half I'm like, So
Yeah, it had to grow on me, but yeah, I don't know I'm not sure if you would like Barry Lyndon. Like, I'm not totally sure.
I know.
I don't want you to
move that
buy it
down the
4K
list.
and then
That'll be
that,
like
that makes your list later on. And Steve recommended this movie to me. I hate it.
that'll
know,
be like
Another cautionary tale from Steve.
Steve Nente is no longer on this channel.
No, I'm glad you're telling me because I need this information. These are very crucial
I don't know,
decisions.
Mike.
Here.
You might love it, though. Who knows? But
Maybe,
3 hours,
maybe.
very slow pace. But
Oh yeah, 3
yeah,
hours.
I don't know, Mike. I don't know about that, Mike.
Yeah, that's
I don't know. I'm your friend, so I don't know.
Yeah.
know.
All right. Okay. So now my list. Maybe Barry Lyndon later. That'll be a bonus. But like you guys said, Nora. I've seen that movie already like twice. That was my favorite choice out of the Best Picture nominees. I wanted it to win everything, and it pretty much did win a lot of stuff.
It did.
So I'm like, I love this one. It's like a Pretty
Yeah.
Woman, but like a little bit more risque, and like I
A
love
lot more
the
risque.
editing to it. Yeah, the editing was great though. Like, it was on point. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna rewatch that one a whole bunch. The Wiz. Now I think I remember some like scenes of The Wiz, but I don't think I've seen it all the way through. So that's gonna be almost a blind buy for me, but pretty safe, right? Like if I'm a Wizard of Oz kind of person, like
Yeah.
It's a
Safe choice.
musical.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
Well, I
just
like
Black
musical.
Wizard of Oz. That's all it is, but with a lot more music and a lot more singing and a lot more soul, I think.
perfect. Yeah, I love musicals, so you sold me there.
Diana Ross, him too.
And then, like you were saying, Steve, Love and Basketball. That premise just sounds like that's my kind of movie. So maybe
Yeah.
I'll get the Blu-ray if they announce the 4K. Whatever, it's fine. I'll be happy with the Blu-ray. Funny Girl, because I heard that's a really good classic musical. I'm like, I'm pretty easy on musicals, so I got to check that one out. Have you guys seen Funny Girl? Is that worth?
I've never seen it. Barbara
never seen
Streisand.
it,
I think
yeah.
she won an Oscar for that movie, didn't she? I think Barbara Streisand. My mom's a huge fan of Barbara Streisand, so it's like she lights up every time you mention her name, and her music too. She loves her as an actor and as a musical performer.
Yeah, the trailer looked pretty good. Like it had that comedy to it, and then also a musical. I'm like, I'm good with musicals, so I'll take it. And then you guys, I think, convinced me on the Nanny one because I'm pretty easy on modern horror movies. So I'm like, ooh. The only thing I was cautious was, it's a Blu-ray, but I don't think they'll put that one to 4K anytime soon because that
Probably
just
not now.
Yeah.
Mm.
I Lost in America, I did want, but then I'm like, you know what? These Albert Brooks titles are getting to 4K, so that one gonna get to 4K. Maybe I'll just wait on that.
Could be, possibly.
Darjeeling Limited now was the one Wes Anderson title I didn't have, but now I'm like, well, if that gets a 4K, I should wait on that. I was thinking about The Big Chill. I wonder if that one will go to 4K though.
That's Jeff.
At all. Yeah,
The Big Chill's so good.
I've never seen it, but it's a comedy, right? Yes or no?
It's
No,
got
more
dark
drama?
subject matter, but it has humor in it though. And it has a lot of great
humor.
60s music in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That one I'm
It's like a
thinking about.
coming of age story, but
Chill.
they're like mid-20s.
Okay.
A lot of young stars are in this movie though too. Jeff Goldblum's in it.
Oh, see. I like
Got the late
cast.
William Hurt's in it. Tom Berenger from Major League. You've ever seen Glenn
Does it
Close?
feel like a John Hughes kind of movie?
No, it's not
No?
it's not really a straight up comedy. It has humor in it. 1983 has Meg Tilly's in it. You know, Jennifer Tilly's I guess older sister, slightly older. Kevin Kline's in it too. Fish Called Wanda. So I like it, but yeah, I don't know. It's not a straight up comedy, but it does have some humor in it though. So
Oh man.
Is it similar to Animal House?
no, it's not.
Oh,
it's
okay.
not,
For
it's
some
not
reason,
gonna-
okay.
I was
You're not
thinking
gonna
the
die
same
laughing
thing,
at it.
Ryan. I was thinking it was going to be like that. So if it's not like that, I'm gonna
I
have
feel
to
like
watch it.
somebody's made that comparison before to the. I'm probably wrong. So I mean, I'm 99% sure I'm wrong, but
All right. Well, you guys got stuff off my list. You made it easy. I think I now have 5.
Wow.
Yeah, Nora, The Wiz, Love and Basketball, Funny Girl, and Nanny will probably be the 5.
Okay.
Then. Oh, maybe Barry Lyndon if I'm feeling risky. We'll see.
Ooh, yeah. Like that. Damn you, Steve! How dare you?
Hey, if I at least get a video out of it, I'll still do something with it, right?
It's a pure cinephile kind of movie. Like people that love, people that if you like an 8.5, it's kind of like that.
Oh
It's a
man,
visual.
and I've been steering away from 8.5.
Yeah. But Stanley Kubrick, I mean, I have to have everything that he makes, and so he's one of my favorite directors. So it's
Wait,
part of
is
that,
it
but-
a black and white movie or no?
No, it's in color.
Okay.
it's colored.
That's why I'm really excited about the 4K because I think the Blu-ray, some of the color, like I compared it to the Warner Brothers release of it, had really vibrant color, a lot of blues and reds, and the soldiers' uniforms. I felt like the Blu-ray kind of took some of that. They took some of the color away from it, and so I'm hoping the 4K will have that really pop. The blues and the reds and their uniforms will really look really great, and like the cinematography will look really great in the movie. So, yeah, like I said, that's the one movie I've waited for so long to get on 4K to get a Criterion to do a 4K upgrade to it, and so that's the one I'm going to do. I'm going to upgrade it.
And you said it's 3 hours long. Does it play like a lot of Kubrick's titles where it's like 2 different stories in one? Like
No, it's not like Full Metal
Jacket's
Jacket,
2
no.
different stories. Okay.
No, he goes on sort of a journey. Ryan O'Neill's character goes on a journey, but yeah, I don't want to spoil it for you, but I don't know. You might want to check it out at a library or something like that before buying it, because that might be one you might have buyer's regret buying it if you're not a huge Kubrick fan like me.
All right, well, that's good. I got some recommendations. All right, the last round here, and I always think this is a really fun creative round because you never know what people are going to come up with. What titles would you like to see go to Criterion? So yeah, I got to hear that from you guys. Any titles we want to see? Give some Criterion recommendations to the Criterion company themselves. Make these movies. Brian, what are you thinking?
So There Will Be Blood, I think would be a cool 4K. I think it's right up Criterion's alley. I don't have. Is that a Blu-ray you have there, Jeff?
It is.
Yeah, I don't even have the Blu-ray, but that was such a great movie. It was nominated the same year as No Country. And even the other movies that were nominated that year, you had Juno, I think would be really good.
Yeah.
Atonement would be good, and Michael Clayton, I think, was the other one that was nominated that year. I think all those would be kind of really cool to see. Gangs of New York, I think would be a
By
really good
Scorsese.
Scorsese. You know, they're already doing Scorsese movies. I don't know why they're not doing Gangs of New York. And then a little bit more of an obscure one is when they just released Happiness by Todd Solondz.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Dollhouse.
Okay.
Needs a Criterion release. This movie is I haven't even opened this Blu-ray, but it's very near and dear to my heart. This was shot in New Jersey, where I'm from. I was an extra in this back in like the early 90s. They shot it in like a local school. So I'm in some of the school scenes. So I just think it would be really cool to have this on Criterion.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, and it's just such a quirky movie. I don't know if you've never seen it, definitely check it out.
Gonna send it to you to get an autograph now.
Yeah. But a special feature on the Criterion. What was it like being an extra in this movie?
Yeah, I need to do a YouTube video on that. I've been thinking about it. It was one of the ones I've been thinking about doing. I just need to put some stuff together for it.
Yeah, Criterion, if you listen, Brian, for a small fee, we'll do a special feature for Welcome to the Dollhouse.
What was it like to be an extra when you were 13 years old? That's and two that I would like to see upgrades from Criterion, which I don't think they'll ever get. Thank you, Disney. The Rock and Armageddon, because I have these awesome DVDs. But it would be cool to get these in Criterion upgrades. I don't think they'll ever happen.
Well, Ben Affleck was in the Criterion closet, and did you see he held up the?
I missed it. No.
Have you ever heard the commentary? I went to the library earlier this year to watch Armageddon again, and the commentary from Ben Affleck is worth the whole thing, really. And it was kind of shocking to see that, like, it was in 1998 to see the two towers. If it's CGI, but they're on fire in the movie, and like 3 years later, to imagine how shocking that is to watch that now. The whole thing.
Man, spoiler alert right there.
No.
I haven't seen it yet, but no worries.
Oh, Armageddon.
I'm just messing with you, but yeah, I still.
What's the terms if it's over how many years old? There's no spoilers anymore.
I think after it's like out of the theaters, I'm like.
But yeah, that's it. I think those would all be really fantastic Criterion titles. So if you're listening, make it happen.
But you don't think The Rock and Armageddon will get it?
I don't think they have. They never got Blu-rays from
the Beastie Boys. Yeah.
How about this Criterion box set, the Beastie Boys anthology?
I love that. Yeah, I would buy that for sure.
Yes, Beastie Boys Criterion. Like, it's the same packaging as The Rock.
Yeah, if we can
I'd love to see that get upgraded.
If This Is Spinal Tap can come back to the collection, Spine number 12, I think anything's possible. I never thought that movie would ever come back.
That would be cool. Like if they did like just what their early titles were, like their early 1 through 20, released the 4K. Like that would be really cool.
Well, Ben Affleck said,
"This is Spine 100."
Yeah, Spine 100. Right.
Yeah, The Rock is 108.
Yeah.
Oh,
Armageddon is 40.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah,
I do the first. At least
you could blame Disney, but they did just do Wall-E. So I mean, I guess never say never.
That's true. Yes, that Wall-E release is excellent too. I love the special features there. All right, Steve, what are you gonna tell Criterion to do for us?
So I've recommended these to Criterion. It used to be easy to recommend stuff on their website, and I have to do a whole other thing now. But one is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Jim Carrey movie. It's Kate Winslet. I like Kirsten Dunst is in it. Mark Ruffalo, Elijah Wood. Always love this movie. That'd be great.
Steve, you didn't like what Kino did with it?
Oh, I've never. Yeah, I don't know. I like the Blu-ray enough that I haven't upgraded to 4K or anything. But if Criterion ever did it, I would upgrade it again. But another one is one I've recommended so many times that's probably never going to happen. But it's called American Splendor. Paul Giamatti's in the movie. Hope Davis. Love this movie. Paul Giamatti is so great in this movie. I think it only has a DVD copy, so it'd be perfect for at least a Blu-ray with Criterion. I've always recommended this one. It still hasn't happened yet. And then Brian mentioned Juno, a Jason Reitman movie. About Thank You for Smoking, his debut movie. I'd love to see this one. Aaron Eckhart's really great in this movie. The whole cast is really, really good in it. Maria Bello. Yeah, it's a great kind of argument about for and against tobacco, that kind of thing. Washington, how things kind of people kind of rally. They have for and against kind of tobacco and firearms and all that stuff. But I think it's really funny. It gives some really great points on both sides. And like I said, Aaron Eckhart's really, really great in the movie. That's it.
Good choices right there. All right, Jeff, what are you thinking?
So I'm always going to scream this one and champion that they bring it back to the collection, but I want them to bring Halloween back. Yep. To me, this is the perfect slasher. If they can do Peeping Tom, they can bring back Halloween. It's been there once before. It can come back.
You didn't like what Scream Factory did?
Oh, I have Scream Factory as well, but I'd love to have a Criterion again.
It was on Laserdisc.
On the same shelf as.
I was sad. I didn't know they did a Criterion.
Huh?
I didn't know they did a Criterion for.
It was a Laserdisc.
Wow.
But yeah, it was like number 300 or something. Of course, those don't matter any longer, but they can bring it back. It's been there once before. So, a lot of us were talking about The Wiz, picking The Wiz up this month as a musical. So, they'll do musicals. But what about the one of the original musicals, Camelot? Okay. We can get King Arthur's Camelot as a musical. It's Warner Brothers. They work with Warner Brothers. That'd be an easy get. I mean, this is a nice digipack, but we all know we like Criterion's digipacks just a little bit better. So I think that one would be good. And, they did WALL-E, but they should go all the way back to when Pixar first started and give us a really nice Toy Story digibook. I've owned Toy Story on so many different formats and so many different ways, but I just think that it deserves its spot in the Criterion line. If WALL-E can be there, Toy Story deserves to be there too.
Sure.
And then, we talked about Election being kind of like American Pie. Well, in the United States, we can't get American Pie off of a very old Blu-ray, so why not get American Pie added to the Criterion Collection? If 88 Films has already done the work for the 4K master, their Criterion is known to buying other masters to put on their editions. So in the United States, why don't they give us a nice book? They can give us a book like Princess Bride, and it can have it can be the book that Jim's dad made, and you find that out later on. But the book that the kid uses during the oral exam, they could put that inside the digibook, and we can't say that they'd be above it because we already have things like Election. So something like American Pie, and then I always like to top it off with something that should have just been there to begin with, and that's going to be Sideways. Sideways should have just came out on Criterion when it released to begin with. It fits the moniker of everything that is Criterion, in my opinion. The first time I watched it, I actually thought, hey, this isn't a Criterion movie. So I just think we should have that added. And it's just a great film. It's due for a 4K. And Criterion would give it its due justice.
Right, Paul Giamatti. I was going to recommend that too, but I decided to do American Splendor because I always talk about Sideways all the time. So,
I actually had it pulled out in my long list. Is Giamatti in the Criterion Collection at all in any movies?
I don't think so.
He
should though.
I don't think so.
The Holdovers should be probably in the collection too.
Yeah, you would think the Holdovers would be. That's like right up their alley.
Yeah.
No. He should be though.
I'm gonna see if it's. I'm gonna check the website.
Yeah, look it up too.
I don't
think he is.
No,
unless he's like a secondary character, like a minor character. But
yeah, he's not in anything. He should be though. He's a great actor.
Oh yeah.
I often say Criterion is more of they celebrate directors a lot more than they do actors, even though I think of Cary Grant and Dustin Hoffman have a lot of movies in the collection, but it's really because they're promoting Alfred Hitchcock and other directors, but a lot of the same actors tend to show up in a lot of the same Criterions.
All right, Ryan.
All right, I got 6 titles. One I really am surprised this has never gotten like a special release. I think I can buy like a Korean upgraded package version, but What's Eating Gilbert Grape with Johnny Depp and Leonardo DiCaprio. Great movie, right up their alley. I don't know why we wouldn't get this, especially like something in 4K. I don't know how old is this movie? Could it be something that would be like
early 90s, right?
Right.
Yeah.
93, I think.
Yeah, that was gonna be my guess.
Yeah. DiCaprio was really young in that movie. Yeah.
This next one it's just a guilty pleasure movie for me, even though I don't believe in guilty pleasures because you should be enjoying every movie you watch. Joaquin Phoenix, Jonah Hill, Rooney Mara, and Jack Black. A Gus Van Sant. I'm a huge fan of Gus Van Sant. Don't worry, he won't get far on foot. It's about it's based on a true story. It's a failing writer that turns into a cartoonist, and he's an alcoholic, and he goes Alcoholic Anonymous, and this movie's just kind of sad, happy, depressed. It's got great writing in it. It's Gus Van Sant, Joaquin Phoenix, and Jonah Hill are great together in this.
Yeah,
highly recommend it. Speaking of, in November, I said something about another Gus Van Sant movie, Elephant. We did get Dancer in the Dark on Blu-ray finally from Curzon, and Arrow bought Golden Swallow, so I'm going to be getting my Hardboiled and The Killer finally upgraded. So this works. This works, Mike. If we keep telling these people to make this stuff,
hey, you never know. You never know.
I think this is Danny Boyle's first movie. I didn't look it up. It's one of his early movies, but A Lifeless Ordinary with Ewan McGregor and Cameron Diaz.
Okay.
Basically, Cameron Diaz is a hotty-toddy rich daughter of a rich girl or guy. Whatever. And Ewan McGregor's a slacker, and he ends up kidnapping her to try to get money out of him, and then they end up falling together because of holier upper powers, and they both become a life less ordinary. This only has a DVD release, and good luck trying to find one of these DVDs. I think I spent 3 or 4 years trying to find a DVD of this. Wow. That would be really good. Danny Boyle, he just got Trainspotting in, so there is hope. Criterion loves sports movies, sort of, kind of. They've had a few baseball movies in there, so why not have my favorite, Moneyball with Brad Pitt? I think would be right in there. Great story.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get one Asian title in here. I don't know if if any of y'all have seen this movie. I love this movie. The actress that's in here has really, I didn't think I'd like her. I really do like her. I've liked her in a couple of other movies she's been in since. So it's Awkwafina in The Farewell.
Yeah.
Basically, her grandmother is dying, but it's a Chinese tradition to not tell the people that they're dying. So basically, the family shows back up, and they just start spending time with them until they pass. And it really opened my eyes up to Chinese tradition. It's really well acted, and it's just a beautiful movie. Yeah. It's not overdone. It's very simple and a very good movie. I highly recommend that. Hopefully, they would put it in there. And then this other one's a guilty pleasure of mine. I know we didn't get Anywhere, Everywhere, All at Once. I just screwed that title up. Yeah. But we'll go with the Daniel's other movie, Swiss Army Man. We need
such a fun movie.
Good Criterion 4K of this. This movie is great. Daniel Radcliffe and Paul Dano is amazing in this. It deals with a touchy subject, and it's just a mental ride that is just awesome. I mean, who wouldn't want to see Daniel Radcliffe farting across the lake in a Criterion box? Swiss Army Man.
That is a very wild movie.
Yes,
I think you're right. That would be good.
Yeah. Totally caught me off guard. I was invested in the movie. Oh, this movie's good. Where's it going? And then 180 degrees. I'm like, oh, holy this movie is good.
The Farewell looks good. I saw a preview for that on, I don't remember what DVD or Blu-ray I was watching recently, but I saw it was one of the sneak peeks on that, and that one looked good.
I'm a huge Asian movies are my thing, and The Farewell, I didn't think I would like it because Awkwafina has that annoying voice that a lot of people don't like.
Yeah.
But she is a tremendous actress, and this just really is such a great family dynamic movie, and it just it gives you that in-depth look into something that we're not used to. Like it's just that the politics of Chinese life and all that, and it's great. Thank you, Holland, for agreeing that Criterion needs more fart movies.
Yep.
Oh, great choices, everyone. So I'm just starting to think of more as you guys talk about movies. I will say some, I guess, recent theater releases that definitely got to get some Criterion love. Well, of course, it should, because it's a new Wes Anderson title. Hopefully, The Phoenician Scheme does get a 4K Criterion eventually. But just came out in theaters. One of my favorite Wes Anderson movies now. Like, it was that good. So I'm like, oh, very happy with that one.
Mike, did you think that movie's sort of like a live action version of Fantastic Mr. Fox? It kind of has that kind of vibe to it, especially there's a fight scene in the movie. I love the humor in that movie. It's like old school Wes Anderson to me.
I love the humor in that one. Oh my gosh. And that duo in there, Tom Hanks and the other guy.
Was it Breaking Bad?
Yes, Branson. Oh my gosh, they have a small scene in that movie, but it's freaking hilarious. It's just dark comedy gold. That whole movie, I love that one.
The guy from Sound of Metal's in it too.
Yes, Riz Ahmed.
Oh, is he?
Riz Ahmed,
very good. There's so many people in that movie. And I'm like, they all give a great performance.
I think is it Kate Winslet's daughter? I think it's Kate Winslet's daughter, Mia, the British, the girl with the British accent.
I didn't even realize that. Maybe
I think it's Winslet. Yeah, Kate Winslet's daughter. Yeah.
And you got ScarJo in there, right?
Yeah,
you got so many people in there. Oh my gosh,
I thought it was funny.
And Michael Cera. I haven't seen the movie yet. I've heard two different spectrums. Either you're going to hate it or you're just going to love it. There's no in between, and Michael Cera is like off the charts good in it.
My favorite performance from him. He's so good.
Did you mention that in your out of theater reaction? I remember seeing it. Was it?
I definitely mentioned Michael Cera. Yeah, he stood out because I've never seen him do a role like that, and he was like so committed to it. It was great. It was awesome. So I'm like, I didn't know he could act that way. Yes, Michael Cera, let's go. So yeah, definitely that. I'm sure that will eventually happen. For a horror movie that I saw recently, Bring Her Back. Oh my gosh, the scariest movie I've ever seen in my life. I assume they'll just get like a standard Blu-ray treatment, but I'm like, I want to see special features on how they made this movie. Like, let's go into the sound design elements, the editing of the movie. Because like I said, I don't usually get scared by horror movies, but that one just terrified me. I'm like, oh my gosh. So Bring Her Back. Very good.
I could see like Second Sight or Umbrella doing that since they did
something. We need some good special features. That's all I'm hoping.
I need to see that one. I heard it was really good.
Another one, I think I saw maybe 2 years ago in theaters, Tuesday. I don't know if you guys remember that one. It's basically deals with death. It's an A24 film, like a mother-daughter relationship. The daughter's like dying from cancer, and then this like parrot bird mystical thing shows up, and it gets really weird. It's an A24 title where it just gets like fantastical in some like random ways. But just the messaging of the movie is really powerful, really emotional. It's definitely a drama. So I think that would fit Criterion. And a lot of people did not see that movie. It went under a lot of people.
I never heard of it.
Radar. Yeah, Tuesday. Not Wednesday, not Tuesday. It's really, and some of the visuals in there are really cool too. Yeah, so definitely those for theater releases. I would like to see some more like well-known directors get some stuff to Criterion, like Spielberg. Let's get some Spielberg titles. And I would love, like, we got Wes Anderson in a whole box set. Maybe you could do different, like, volumes of Spielberg because he's had so many movies. But, like, hey, give us, like, 5-6 volumes of Spielberg titles. Like, I'd be down for that. That'd be really cool. So, something like that.
Schindler's List, if I thought should be in the collection. But Close Encounters of the Third Kind was on Laserdisc at one time years ago. Oh, wow. So, he's I Want to Hold Your Hand. He's actually executive producer of that movie. Robert Zemeckis movie, and there's a special feature on it where he Bob Gale and Zemeckis get interviewed by Spielberg. But that's like the only thing other than the Laserdisc years ago with Spielberg in it. It's like he's one of the best directors ever.
Yeah, it's like some of these directors that are really well known don't have a lot on Criterion. Like even Nolan, he only has one Criterion title, right? His like first one.
yeah.
So why
Following,
not
yeah.
do like Memento, right? That
Memento
one
would be
on
good.
Criterion. That would be a really cool choice.
Right.
Yeah. So something like that. Like give me some of those like well-known, almost I guess mainstream directors now, but stuff they haven't put the Criterion yet. Like I like that they upgrade some stuff to 4K, but now I feel like they're upgrading a lot of stuff to 4K. Like with Wes Anderson, I'm like, all right, I already got the Wes Anderson stuff. Give me another director stuff now. First time to Criterion. So hopefully we'll see.
Spielberg should
You know,
definitely
they
be
put
in the
out, you know, anywhere from like 6 to 10 titles a month. Why can't they like put one of those slots as just a good movie that everybody would know? And then, you know, the rest of the stuff, they're obscure world stuff or what, and it's not obscure, but you know what I mean? Like The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. I was one of my other ones on my long list. I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, that would be a good title too. Like, you know, they've got Come and See and 12 Days of Solo and all the other, you know, harder to stuff watch. Why not have A Boy in the Striped Pajamas?
Well, somebody's put Plan 9 from Outer Space. I think Ed Wood should definitely be.
Oh, there you go.
Give it a Tim Burton title
Like
in the collection. Why not have
Like
that
an
movie?
Ed Wood box set?
Yeah. But if you had one Tim Burton movie, he should be he should be represented in the collection too, and Ed Wood would be perfect.
Yeah, that'd be a
maybe
great
have a
one.
Plan 9 from Outer Space, a special feature or something like that, where you can watch that. You know, the original Ed Wood. You know, yeah, that makes sense. So that to me. Have something like if they have like the Blob, why not have Plan 9 or have it as a special feature on Ed Wood release?
I wonder if they've reached out to like these famous directors and they've tried, and the director just hasn't had the time with it, and or something. Because you would think like, have they gone after this stuff before?
I know Spielberg.
Well, you got to think about. I don't know what the purchasing power of Criterion and Janus is, like what they can afford and can't afford. Because I'm sure some of the studio titles are probably pretty darn pricey.
Yeah.
You
know, at least with the older stuff, it's a little bit more free to get, I guess you could say. But yeah,
I think
so you're saying
Empire of the Sun should be available. It's like that movie hasn't. I haven't seen that movie in years.
Which one?
Spielberg movie, Empire of the Sun, and that with Christian Bale in it years ago.
Yeah,
that got a steelbook release about 2 years ago in the UK. They like reissued the Blu-ray to it in the UK. We didn't get anything in the US though for it.
But even like Spielberg's older stuff, like I know they just released Duel and Sugarland Express like on 4K, but I feel like those would have been kind of like the right titles for a Criterion release.
Especially Duel. Duel's like just an infamous movie. Like everybody's seen Duel, and it's a good movie.
It's a great movie, yeah.
Now, have you seen Duel, Mike?
Unfortunately.
Okay.
What?
Unfortunately. Wow.
Yeah, that is the one. And Spielberg's my favorite director, but that's the one Spielberg title I'm like, I'm not down with this. I'm like, I have
it was a made-for-TV movie, so it's not the Spielberg thing. But that was a staple movie that was on every Saturday throughout the 80s.
I feel sorry for the Saturdays then. Oh man,
shows his potential.
The original Joyride. Come on.
See, I need exposition, and it has no exposition. We don't know why these two people are like this guy's going after this other person. Like, I need some backstory.
It was a road rage.
I want to know why. Why is this person like?
Because he's a crappy driver.
Yeah, they cut him off. Yeah, I think it was just road rage.
I need just give me just a like little few minute exposition at the beginning, and I would have been with it. But and then there's like a lot of driving at the beginning. I swear that like driving scene at the beginning is like 5 to 10 minutes long, just driving.
Well, it does take place on the road.
So. But like just like no talking. I don't think it was literally just road. I'm like,
he's talking to himself.
We're starting, but hey, put like AI, like you guys said, AI on Criterion. I really like that one. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
That's not a bad choice.
AI does. I mean, AI needs a 4K. Like, is there even a Bluray?
I have it on Blu-ray. I've seen a Blu-ray.
Yeah. I think there's an early Blu-ray that it may have been one of the early ones that are susceptible to disc rot and all that. So
Okay.
Experience high definition
That
across
still
the
works,
bottom.
but yeah,
yeah,
that could work though. I mean, that's part of Stanley Kubrick, Spielberg connection
That'd be
there.
a good one.
Yep.
I would.
Alright.
Jeff, you were talking about Laserdisc. I would love to see them go back through their Laserdisc catalog and just re-release a lot of that stuff. Like that would be cool because there's titles that are on Laserdisc because of the numbering system that were never ported over to DVD and Blu-ray. It would be nice to see them do like a special section, or not even do numbered spines on them. Just bring them back as like the Criterion, like the what is it? I got
Criterion
the Eclipse
Classics.
series. They got the Eclipse series that are the DVD ones. Maybe have like Lunar Eclipse where they're like they've just ported their Laserdisc over to the Blu-ray. They don't have a spine number, and they're just like little collections of their Laserdisc collection.
How was the Laserdisc like spine? Were the spine numbers intermingled with like the regular releases? So there's like skipped
And
ones.
well, and they had A's
Yeah.
and B's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
Interesting.
like a 63, like I believe Robin Hood is like spine number 53B.
Oh.
And it's a big title, like
Mhm.
it was the original Adventures of Robin Hood.
Mhm.
So they just did A's and B's, and they did all kinds of mixed up stuff back in the day with Laserdisc.
Hmm.
That's why they did the soft reboot with DVD.
Right. Okay.
It was a smart idea, honestly.
Yeah. But then we lost a bunch of stuff to Laserdisc, though. That's yeah. Like my Hard Boiled and the Killer. Dang it.
see, they could start dipping their toes into that rather than just upgrading all their Blu-rays to 4Ks. That'd be a nicer. That'd be nicer for long-term collectors.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I feel like so much of the time we get the same like re-releases of like here's 24Ks of Jurassic Park. Here you go, enjoy, right? I'm like, man, give me some variety, please. Like, let's get the stuff like you guys said on Laserdisc. I mean, there's still stuff trapped on VHS that's never even gotten a DVD upgrade. Like, let's get some of that back catalog stuff, please. But no, here you go, another Jaws.
Well,
We're gonna have
the Rocket Armageddon.
anniversary.
The Rocket Armageddon. I think both were on Laserdisc and they were on DVDs. They're in the collection. Why not upgrade those to 4K and bring them back?
Yeah.
Which it's all licensing and all that crap and
Yeah.
whatnot. But come on, you guys have the master somewhere.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I never thought this is Spinal Tap would ever come back, and I was shocked they announced that. And okay, I'm going to get that now.
So I've never seen that one. Is that pretty mainstream, easy watching?
I think it is. It's a lot of comedy in it. Yeah, it's a straight.
It's a
comedy.
fun movie.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, Chasing Amy. I've got the DVD of Chasing Amy back here. Like Kevin Smith's on the collection. Why can't we get like the 4K of Chasing Amy?
Right.
I got Spartacus back here stuck on a DVD. It's like spine number 108, and it has a 4K transfer.
It has a 4K.
They could buy it from Universal and just package it in Criterion, and I'd probably eat it up. I mean,
they ain't losing money because they're still putting out titles every month, and their sales are ridiculous. So
Yeah.
I mean, they sell out every time they have a 50% off sale on the website.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Right.
All right. Old men shouting at the sky.
I know it's important that we say this stuff. We speak it into existence sometimes because you never know if there's a Criterion rep out there or somebody that works with Criterion.
God, he's right.
They hear this and they're like, ooh, we see interest in this title. We're going to make it happen. Because I feel like we've talked about some movies before and then they get an announcement. So maybe it's just coincidence, but you never know.
Like I said, last one, that Dancer in the Dark, it had a German and a Japanese Blu-ray. It'd been out of print forever. We had a very hard to find DVD here, and I said something about it, and then Curzon just released it this month. It's one of my favorite Lars von Trier's movies. Bjork's in here. It's just a great movie. A lot of people need to see it, but you can't see it because it wasn't available. Now it is.
Cool.
Look at the beautiful Bjork when she's young. Sorry, I'm obsessed with Bjork.
Yeah, but
See,
I don't
that-
see Criterion stopping anytime soon. Like you guys said, they're always announcing stuff. So maybe they're doing probably one of the best out of all the boutique labels. Would you guys say they're like on top, or I would say they're at least top 3, right?
They've gotten better this year.
Yeah, they gotta be up there.
They've gotten better this year because they're releasing, instead of like 4 titles a month, they're doing like 8 titles sometimes, and not just re-releases of like 4K upgrades. They're doing other stuff too.
Yeah, they're still bringing in new movies and touching very old spine numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of intriguing. Screen Factory is doing a lot of just reprinting. There's not a lot of new Screen Factories coming out right now, but Criterion's still kind of splitting it half and half.
Yeah, I mean, Criterion has like a wide variety of genres too to work with, where Scream Factory is more like horror, sci-fi, kind of cult stuff. Like Criterion, they almost do kind of everything in a way. I mean, dramas, comedies, foreign language films, silent films, even modern stuff, super old stuff. I mean, they have everything in Criterion, so
Right.
they have a lot to go through.
There's something for everybody in the collection,
Yeah.
I think.
I know I got
mean,
introduced with Criterion with Fast Times. That was my gateway into it.
Great
No,
movie.
I think they are on top in a sense that they're still saving media, I guess, in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you can't argue Arrow does a really, really good job. I mentioned Radiance Films. They've got a lot of that weird Asian and French and English titles that you would just never see. Second Sight's doing really good with the stuff that they're putting out, even though they're not putting out nearly the amount of, some of these other ones. 88 Films. I know they started off mainly like Italian slasher and Asian movies, but they've been putting out other stuff now, like the American Pie set and all that just came out. They're really starting to pick up steam. But I think overall, if you want to say Criterion is probably putting out overall the best selection and top tier product, I would agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a restoration or a product they put out that I've been like, oh man, this looks like dog crap.
How many
are
how
meticulous.
many disc replacements do we need for Criterion in a year's time?
Not many.
That has been an issue, but I don't think that's
Not
really
nearly as bad as others.
Not like Scream Factory there, not like
Yeah.
Arrow.
The other thing you touched on earlier with the others, it doesn't have Dolby or anything like that. Their 4Ks do lack a lot of the HDR or the Dolby or the HD10 or whatever, but they still look really, really good. I mean, they are very caring about what they do. So, I mean, I would agree. They're probably the best at what they're doing. Now, other people definitely have better packaging. Movie choices might be a little bit better in certain areas from other companies, but overall, Criterion's probably the top.
All right, so I think that will do that. We'll land this plane here for Criterion, celebrating Criterion. Like I said, the sale's going to start any minute, hopefully, here.
Right at
Tomorrow,
midnight.
you never know. We'll be watching the clock. So, yeah, definitely get those titles in. But, yeah, we'll go around real quick, and the panelists can let the audience know where to find them, any upcoming stuff, all that fun stuff. So, Brian, what do you got going on?
Yeah, well, first off, thanks for inviting me. I know I was a little last minute ad here, so I appreciate it. This was a lot of fun. I love the Criterion Collection, so this was a great stream for me to be on. My channel is B-Dubs Movie Hub here on YouTube, on Instagram and Facebook, same name. I don't really have anything planned as far as videos. Got some movies I'm looking forward to checking out with Superman and Jurassic World Rebirth, so hopefully do some reviews there. I'll do a collection update at the end of June for all my pickups at some point. But yeah, that's about it.
You'll eventually get like 10 copies of Jurassic Rebirth,
Probably. One might be enough.
4K steelbook, new box set now. Another steelbook later on when the new trilogy.
You're not
Steve,
wrong.
No, yeah.
How about you, Steve? What do you got going on?
Yeah, so Accessory Movie Reviews, that's the same title I have on Instagram and Letterboxd. Tomorrow I'm going to be releasing a video about Steven Spielberg, about the about this big 50th anniversary release that I'm really excited about for Jaws, and talking about Barnes & Noble, the whole thing. So that's going to be released tomorrow morning. So yeah, thanks, Brian. Really nice to meet you. I know Jeff, and I know Ryan, and I know Mike very well. So
yeah, I've talked to most of you, like, and watched videos. I don't know if I've seen much of Ryan, but I think I followed you.
I've been out of it for like the last 5 or 6 months. Actually, it's last year I've been in and out. I've just kind of stuff.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
But Ryan has an amazing collection, a tons of Criterion, but a ton of like foreign language stuff, a ton of steelbooks. So
Japanese.
Ryan got a very nice collection there. Like when I see those steelbooks, sometimes I'm like, ooh, they look so nice.
Oh yeah.
I'm a huge Japanese fan too, so Ryan, we definitely have a lot in common there.
How about you, Jeff? What do you got going on?
Well, you can find me at John Doe Juggalo on everything social. If you type it in and it pops up, it's me. I got my Vinegar Syndrome halfway to Black Friday order. Finally, my name is Jeff. I finally got my Vinegar Syndrome halfway to Black Friday order. That video should be out tomorrow. I always seem to get my last sale order like 2 or 3 days before the next sale starts with Vinegar Syndrome. I'm like the very last person on the list to get my stuff from them. I did find out right before the stream that I have to go out of town for job training tomorrow. So I'll be about 5 or 6 minutes away from a Barnes & Noble. So I am going to go hunting for the first time ever tomorrow for some Criterion. So I'm pretty excited about that because I always have to rely on the website. So I'm going to go get to shop around in store a little bit. So I'm kind of excited about that. Thanks for having me on, Mike. I always appreciate the invite, and I always have a great time.
Yeah, I just got my Vinegar Syndrome stuff too, and I like forgot about it because it was like a month or 2 months, right? Oh yeah, I did order these.
It takes so long. It's like getting another gift that you forgot you bought yourself.
Wow.
And then Ryan.
Yeah, Movies with Ryan, all one word. Ryan is spelled R-Y-O-N. The joke is my mom didn't know what she was doing or something like that. Letterbox, YouTube, Instagram. I have been away for a little while. I've been getting back into it. Next week, I do have my complete Criterion Collection video going to come out. I'm also going to give some recommendations of stuff maybe you should try to pick up during the sale. You know, some of my favorite stuff that's in it. I did just have a video come out yesterday. Basically, everything I picked up the last 5 months. What have I been doing? Where have I been? I've kind of slimmed down the collection a little bit. Doubles and triples have been removed for the most part. I've made some space behind me. Yeah. Not a whole lot. Some. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's me. Stuff.
Yeah, and thanks for joining in, everybody. Everybody's channel links are in the description below. So, audience, go visit their channels and don't just click subscribe. Actually, watch the videos, watch the content. That's the most important thing. And plus, these guys know their movies, so you're going to get some good recommendations from them. As for me, you know me, I always got a ton of stuff going on the channel. But of course, Criterion stuff for this month coming up. You'll see haul hunt videos, ranking recommendation videos. I've also done a whole bunch in the past too. So I have like a playlist on my channel. I finally organize it. It says Criterion. So if you want to see past recommendation, past rants on Criterion titles, past cautionary tales, and all that fun stuff. Yeah, there's a whole playlist there that just goes through everything in the collection. So some hot takes in there for sure. Yeah.
Wildlife, yeah.
But yeah, they're fun. And more will come out this month too. So just hit the notification bell and all that fun stuff. But yeah, if you haven't already, once again, like, the subscribes, all that good stuff. But yeah, have a good sale, Barnes & Noble hunt, however you do, and enjoy watching some Criterions coming up. But yeah, have a great night, everyone.
Take care.
Everybody.